Hey, what's up everyone? I want to talk about the Panasonic G9. Now if you know the Micro Four Thirds line at all, you know Panasonic pretty much is the tops of their stuff. And they do a very good job and own the market, especially on the video side for the reason with the Panasonic GH4 and their newer GH5, which is pretty much one of the sought out cameras for videography and everything, because you even get like 4K at 60 frames per second. It's a very desired thing, and a lot of the other brands out there aren't providing that. But with that being said, Panasonic does do a lot of video stuff, and with this G9 that they're going to come out with on November 8th, I believe, there's going to be the announcement, the official announcement and everything, but we know most about everything. The G9, they want to concentrate more on their still side of things, and it's essentially going to be a lot of what's in the GH5 photography stills-wise, but they're going to limit themselves to honestly protect how the GH5 will sell. Out there right now, they have the G85, the G7, like $1,000 under type of thing, and they do decently. There's still lenses and everything that they need and everything, but the big thing that I'm having a problem with this G9 is what is the full purpose? And I say that because of the price point of what it's supposed to be around. It's supposed to be about $1,300 to $1,400. Now, you can get a Panasonic GH4 for around, I think it's $1,500 brand new. The GH5 is $2,000 brand new. But used, you can get even the GH4 for around $1,100, if not a little bit cheaper. The price is actually expected to be around $2,300 in the US, I think like 2,000 euro. So that is going to be an insane price tag for something like this, if that's the case. $1,300, which was originally kind of like reported and sought out, would have made more sense for something like this, but a lot of information came out saying that $2,300 is going to be the case, and I don't see how that would protect the GH5 at all, in my opinion. Basically a new design as well. One of the biggest things that you'll notice from like any of the images or anything is that it has a big grip on this thing, so the ergonomics are going to be better. A lot of the comments and things that I read and from other people are saying that, well, now they finally have some good form ergonomics. Now, personally, I'm a fan of good ergonomics, big hands. I didn't have a problem with the GH4, the GH5, so I didn't know that that was really an issue. But with that, you're getting something like that. So that's probably one of the biggest changes. It's going to be a magnesium camera. It's got the joystick, which a lot of people love and which I've gone to respect a ton. But what they're also going to do is add the old school LCD type thing to the top of the camera. Now, I don't really think you need that stuff. A lot of people are very discouraged about the old, outdated 80s rollout, look. And I think that this is something that probably shouldn't have been done as well. And it also kind of looks like a big clunky camera. Now, it will have dual SD card slots. Awesome. Dual slots. And it will have your front flip out screen. So you're kind of getting what you're used to a Panasonic, but in a different build. This looks a little clunky. So you're getting 20 megapixels with a 6K photo mode. So if you like that, you can absolutely go with that. But essentially, there's also going to be this 80 megabyte mode where you're going to be able to combine a bunch of images. I think it's 6 images, and it stitches them together. You get this big file, and that way you can do the ultimate detail. Kind of like, I think it's like pixel shifting in a way. So think of it like that. You can't have a movement or anything. But if that's something of interest to you, you can create a high-res image with something like that. But you're going to get up to 20 frames per second. Like I mentioned, dual SD card slots. You're going to also get 6.5 stop of stabilization with this G9. And that's pretty cool. Panasonic does a decent job with that. And it's going to have a new EVF, electronic viewfinder, with no blackout. And that's something that the Sony A9 brought out that really impressed a ton of people for what it does, because that's also a pretty cool thing. It's going to actually be waterproof. That's what's being said. It's going to be waterproof and frost resistant. Now, there will be a lot of questions about this camera, even when it's fully announced as well. Is like, why will they be holding back video features? It's obviously to protect the GH5. But my biggest thing is, obviously 4K. Will it have 60 frames per second, or will it just have 30 frames per second just to protect that GH5? But if this only has 40K 30, do you feel like this is a kind of a steal from people? And once again, this is Panasonic's attempt to just concentrate more on stills, as they really own the Micro Four Thirds market with video, and they really do. My other thing is, are they also going to keep a limited bit rate as well? Log profiles or anything like that? Are you going to get anything? That's just a couple things we need left answered that I'll update down below in a pinned post. But I mainly just wanted to talk about, what is this for? And I actually first made this video a couple days ago when some things just came out, And I was scratching my head, and I actually just didn't understand why I would even talk about this. But I think it'd be interesting because Panasonic deserves a lot of love for what they do. I just don't know why they're concentrating on a stills focused camera when you already have great cameras out there like the 85, 7, GH4, and the GH5. And especially at that price point, if it's that $1,400 estimated price point, I'm going to scratch my head just a little bit. But I want to know your thoughts on this. Is this G9 for you? Is this something of interest? Especially if you're in the Panasonic line. If you have those other cameras, do you think you'll move up to something like this? Like a G9, or maybe move down? I don't know. And also, I just need to say that I think Panasonic still needs to work on their autofocusing more, especially in regards to the video. Now, they've been doing very, very good. They're still working out a lot of kinks with firmware updates with the GH5, but it's really that concentrated needed on phase detection and what will help with their future. But that's really about it. The G9, you'll hear on November 8th. I'll update every last little bit of data in the pin post down below. Different build. Does it look interesting, or does it kind of look clunky like I think it does? But it's cool that it's ergonomic, but you're also kind of losing the smallness of it. But I will be excited for when it comes out. I will do my best to share my hands-on and my thoughts with you guys and girls out there. Panasonic G9? Oh.